I came home that Friday night earlier than anyone expected. My dad was out of town for a work conference, and the house felt unusually quiet. Rachel, my stepmother, opened the door wearing a silk robe and seemed surprised, but not unhappy to see me. "You didn't say you were coming," she smiled, stepping aside. I told her it was a last-minute decision. Just needed a break from campus life. She poured me a glass of wine without asking, then mentioned her friends were supposed to come over for a girls' night. "Guess it's just me tonight," she said, then paused. "Well, now us." Her hair was done up, her makeup more than usual. The dress underneath the robe was tight, dark and low. She noticed me noticing, then casually adjusted the strap on her shoulder. I felt out of place, like I walked into something I wasn't supposed to see. She laughed at something I said and touched my arm. "You've grown up, haven't you?" There was something in her voice. It wasn't motherly. We sat in the living room. She turned the music on low and said, "Well, might as well enjoy the night, right?" She refilled our glasses without asking, her eyes meeting mine a second too long. The wine made everything feel slower, looser. We talked about college life, how fast time moves. She leaned back on the couch, crossing her legs carefully, her dress rising just enough to make it hard not to look. "You remind me of your father," she said, swirling the glass in her hand. "But not entirely." She asked if I was seeing anyone. I shrugged. She laughed softly. "Smart. Most of them aren't worth the headache." There was a moment of silence, not awkward but charged. Her hand brushed my knee light, probably nothing. But then it stayed. I looked at her. She didn't look away. "You're not a kid anymore," she said again, softly this time. I felt my heartbeat in my throat. My mouth went dry. I said her name, but she just smiled. "You don't have to be nervous." She stood and moved toward the speaker, swaying her hips slightly with the music. "Dance with me," she whispered, barely audible over the soft beat. I hesitated. She took my hand anyway. Her touch lingered. Her body leaned close. I didn't pull back. Not this time. Her lips touched mine before I could think. It was soft, cautious, like she was testing a line. I froze, but I didn't pull away. My hands hovered near her waist, unsure if they should move. Her mouth pressed harder and I gave in. It was wrong. Every part of me knew it. But the way she kissed me, slow, deliberate, made it feel like it had been building for longer than either of us admitted. She pulled back just enough to look into my eyes. "Tell me to stop," she whispered. I didn't. I couldn't. Her fingers slid under my shirt, nails brushing skin like she already knew every inch of me. I let it happen.
No excuses. No hesitachen.
She whispered things I shouldn't have heard. Touched me in ways that erased every boundary we were supposed to have. I lost myself in it, in her. It wasn't rushed. It was controlled. Like she had imagined it before. Like she knew I had too. When it was over, neither of us moved. The silence was heavier than anything we'd done. She turned away slowly. "This never happened," she said, barely audible. I didn't answer. There was nothing left to say. She didn't look at me the next morning. Coffee was already on the table, her expression blank, movements routine. I sat down, unsure if I should speak. The night before lingered in the air between us, loud in its silence. She asked if I slept okay. I nodded. That was it. No mention of anything else. No glance that lasted too long. Just polite distance. My phone buzzed. Dad's name. He was delayed, another day away. I stared at the screen, unsure whether to feel relief or regret. She cleared her throat. "You're heading back today?" "Yeah, elite." I hadn't planned to, but staying felt impossible now. She handed me a small bag of leftovers like nothing had changed. As I grabbed my keys, she stepped closer and kissed my cheek. "Be safe." Then after a pause, softer. "Forget last night." I nodded again. That's all I could do. Driving back, my thoughts spun. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sure what I was. Part of me wanted to blame her. Another part knew I couldn't. Some nights I still see her face in my dreams. And every time I wake up asking myself the same question. Why didn't I say no?